In this video, I'm going to show you how to make Dancefloor DnB drums that slap. All the drums used in this video are from my Dancefloor DnB sample pack, so feel free to get that link down below, or you can just follow along with your own samples. So the first thing I've done is downloaded my free project template, link down below to grab that, and that will just mean it will be easy to set up all the drums. Next, I'm going to come to the mixer, and I'm going to go to the drum bus, and I'm going to put a clipper on it. So I'm going to use G-clip, and then I'm going to come to the parallel compression and parallel distortion, and I'm just going to apply some gentle compression. I'm going to use the Fruity compressor for this and just pick a random preset, so something like the light one, and then I'm going to come to the parallel distortion and just go with Fruity fast distortion, and then just turn this down slightly. Next, I'm going to come to the master channel and just put another G-clip on it, just because we're going to mix the drums quite loud. Now let's come to the drop, and I'm going to go here, make sure this is on step mode. So as you can see on the left here, there's the Dancefloor DnB pack, and I'm going to come here and grab a kick drum. I'm going to put this here, and you can see it's minus 6 dB at the moment. So if I want it to be louder, I can just click normalize here, and then I can come here and put another kick drum here. So we've got this pattern. I'm just going to duplicate this, so Control, drag to select all, Shift, and then click and drag. And now we've got the first two bars. Next, I'm going to get a snare. Now I can take a snare from here, but sometimes what I like to do is, you see here I've got all these drum loops. I like to experiment with different drum loops because the snares can already sound a bit more processed in them and can often work quite nicely. That's why I've got all these different drum loops you can test as well. So you can chop bits from them. So let's get rid of all these claps because we're not using any claps. I wouldn't recommend doing that in yours if you're going to use them later. It's just so they don't get in the way for this video. And let's grab full drum loop 6. I'm going to put this in the snare slot, and then I'm going to chop out the snare like this. And then I can just duplicate this here, here, and here, and then we get this pattern. Now I'm going to start adding some hi-hats in. So we'll come back up to here and go to the hi-hats. I'm going to start with hi-hat 4. I'm going to pop this here, and I'm going to normalize this one as well just to make it louder. I'm going to pop this here like this to give the track a bit more rhythm. So it sounds like this now. Next, I'm going to come and get hi-hat 11. I'm going to pop this in the little gap here. I'll turn this up a bit. Like this. And I'm also going to put this here just a little bit quieter, like this. Now let's grab another loop. So I like experimenting with these loops. So we've got some hi-hat loops here, and I'm going to grab hi-hat loop 4, pop this in here, and I'm just going to chop this up and find the bit that I like. Like this. And I can turn this up a bit if I want on here. And now I'm going to add a crash. So I'm going to come back up to here, grab crash number 4. And then I can make this a bit shorter if I want, because it's quite long at the moment. It's going over like multiple beats. You can see there. So let's just do this. And I might want to turn that down slightly. I normally turn it down on here. And then I can duplicate this. I'm going to leave the crash out and have that every 4 bars instead. And then literally you can just keep duplicating this like this and press Control B as well if you want. And then we've got a full 8 bars. So then I might come to here and add some sort of transition. I can do this with whatever I want really, but in this case I'm going to use some breaks. So let's grab this break here and just put this in time. I'm going to chop this up, and I'm going to use just this bit, and I can get rid of all this like this. So we get this. And I can just do that here and here just to make sure there's no clicking. And then I can duplicate this whole thing again. So now we've got full 16 bars, and then at the end here I can switch it up a bit, make it the whole bar like this. Just do that. And then we have some drums. Of course, you can experiment. So after this 8 bars, or maybe after 16 bars, I might want to add some more percussion. So I might want to add like this. Or this. That adds a bit of variation. You might want to not have the hats like this. So for example, you might just want to have them on the first hit. rather than halfway across the first beat like this. You might want to have them like this. You might not want to have these as loud, so I did normalize them at the start, but you might want to just adjust the volume yourself. So on here. And then you might want to just turn them up on here as well. And then of course you might want to EQ stuff to change the frequencies coming through a little bit. So for example, on the snare, let's say we change it to that and you want the snare. You can have a look at the EQ. You might want not as much high end coming through. Might want more high end coming through. This will all depend on what's happening when your basses are all added in. So this is just an example of one way to use all the samples to create a unique drum pattern. And this is actually the one I used in the Vice Tones cover. So let's listen to these drums final, and then I'll show you them in the tune as well, the Vice Tones tune. And now let's listen to them in the Vice Tones tune, pre-save or stream down below. If you enjoyed this video, why not watch this video here where I make a Dancefloor DnB drop and you can get better and better at your music production and increase your knowledge.